UK, so it's we gather in the morning conversations at 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time. For me, it's 1:30 a.m. UK time. I try to join whenever I can. The whole idea is to get out of our default mode and share the conversations to be a better person. That's in short. Let Vetri will continue with other points and then the laughter session.
Thank you very much for that. Once again, good morning to all the wonderful people who joined and also who is watching through online. The one statement from Ratanji, he said he is joining from UK and time is 1:30. That itself saying very loud about the program and its value, how we are doing it and how much we are getting benefited. And here, bunch of people, we believe that all of life comes to us with ease, joy and glory. For that, we do every day practice certain tools to create creative mode, to move away from the default mode. And also we are becoming a possibility seeker and we dissipate negativity every day because negativity from the environment comes every day. And we increase our focus and energy. That is a secret tool to achieve whatever we desire. So on this process, another exciting day, we have a great person who is a symbol of humility and also the God's example of how to be useful to others. So my favorite person, Mr. Ramamurthy, he handles session today. Let us make maximum use of it. Over to you, Ramaji.
Thank you, Ratanji. Thank you, Vetri. So let's do a generating feeling laughter exercise before we get started with the session. So on 3, let's all start laughing 100% without making sound. 1, 2, 3.
Ramamurthy, on a lighter note, while laughing, my animal spirit is getting rise. Different noises coming from my mouth.
Thank you. So let's get started with today's session. So empowering morning conversation by Mr. Sugdeepak Malwai. So all of life comes to me with ease, joy and glory is the mantra, which is Access Consciousness mantra we also follow. So everything we would like for us to come in life with ease, joy and glory. That's our expectation. And that's what we are working towards. So this is a famous equation Sugdeepak sir repeatedly tells us, which is P equal to P minus I. P is performance, capital P is performance, which is equal to small p, which is potential, minus I, which is interferences. So yesterday we looked at some of the interferences of mind. And many times we have been talking about interferences over a lot of sessions. Today, let's look at potential. So how do we realize the potential, right? So the questions we can ask and answer is, what is human potential as such? And what's the maximum human potential possible? And how to improve or realize or increase the human potential. So that's what we could explore today. So what is human potential? What is the maximum human potential possible? And how to realize or improve or increase the human potential. Right? So that's the question we can explore today. Those are the questions. So what's human potential and what is the maximum human potential?
Uh, I'll start.
Yes,
Rama.
Ratanji. After that, Reddy Garu. Yeah, yes, Ratanji.
Okay, the human potential is as much as we can think. We are an infinite being, so the potential is also infinite, but we are scared even to ask from the universe whatever we want. We just are happy with our small needs, day-to-day life, and we can't. The perception is small, and we get small things.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. The human potential is infinite. And it is up to us to make use of that. Thank you, Ratanji. Yes, Reddy Garu.
Sir, human potential is just like I can do whatever it is, because human potential is enormous. As Sir says, if you wish, universe will give. So there's no limit for human potential.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So this is something we understand probably very theoretically and intellectually, but practically also, of course, many people understand. How do we really realize that infinite human potential is something, of course, all of us really do strive to improve that. So how do we go about doing that? How do we realize our infinite human potential? So is there any prerequisite for that? Is there any standards, or what is the way of doing it? Is it possible in the first place? Is it possible to realize our infinite human potential? Yes, we all understand it is there. The human potential is infinite, but is it possible to realize it? Yes, sir. Reddy Garu.
It is possible if you are open to receive, or if you are open to act without any hesitation. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. It is possible. So why are we saying it is possible? So are there examples where people have realized the infinite potential?
Sir, are you asking me?
Yeah, you as well as all of us. Yeah. Yes, sir. If you have anything, you can add to that. Yeah.
No, I strongly believe that we have infinite potential as a infinite being. Only we are restricting it.
Okay.
Our thoughts.
So is there any example in our life or in the previous lives of people realizing the infinite potential?
No, for me, I'm been thinking that I'm 66. At this age, I can't do this. That's a real example for me. There, I'm not looking at possibilities in life.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you have done so much, which normal average person might not have done it. So that itself shows that the potential is there and it is realized, and it can be further improved. Yeah. Thank you, Radhika. You yourself is an example. Yes. Yes, Guru Nandanji.
Good morning to everybody once again. The potential is something that courage, it takes a courage to think beyond normal things and normal possibilities, to find out new possibilities in life, think about them and taking correct actions to achieve those potentials. right? We have many examples in all fields. We have examples. Mahatma Gandhi was an example, a single-handed person to challenge the British government in the space of, if I say, biggest movement in this world. Columbus was a potential. He found out of the comfort zone and the comfort life he was living to find out, explore new things. So everybody who has done a new invention or discovery is basically they have outgone to the potential. Dhirubhai Ambani had shown how first generation person can be a billionaire in India in business. So if we see everybody who has gone out of comfort zone in whatever respect and whatever level in life and thought to do something with the new possibilities which a normal human being or he himself or she herself would have not thought can do, and take courage to decide and go for it is a potential that a human being can assimilate.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for so many examples, Guru Nandanji. Thank you. Yes, Ratanji.
We have many examples, like Guru Nandan said. The one that comes to me is Nelson Mandela, who was in prison for 27 years, but he never gave up his vision. And talking of vision, we have another lady called Helen Keller. She didn't have sight, but she had the vision, and she achieved whatever, that's history. So we have many examples, but if we lack knowledge, knowledge is nowadays free, and if necessary, we can get coaching, mentoring, and there's never age we can say, it's now I cannot learn anymore. So that's not the, but most of all, we have to learn to be. Once I choose to be whatever I want to be, then everything else is secondary.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
We have a living example of Ashok ji at his age also. He never stops learning. Sharing, learning and sharing and learning. That's his beauty.
And you yourself.
I try to do whatever I can.
Yeah, thank you. That's really, very motivating to see that, we have real life examples as well. Yeah, thank you, sir. Yes, Rashmiji.
Beautifully encapsulated Guru Nandanji and
Ratanji.
and it was Ratanji, yes, very beautifully encapsulated. So just to build upon that, I think the human potential is possible. It's possible to achieve it, but it has to be like Ratanji said, you have, to be. For me, that be is the choice that human beings can exert, which no other animal on the planet has, as humans have. So in any given situation, any given anything that we face day to day or we interact, the one possible way to exert or to find that potential is to exert our choice and to say, yes, I will. Yes, I will be brave. Yes, I will be courageous. Yes, I want to. And that's really the first step, in my opinion.
Right. Thank you, Rashmiji, to bring more clarity into that. So first of all, recognizing the being and being aware of it and focusing on what we want to do. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Ashokji.
See, basically, what I feel is there is a difference in potential and achievement. The examples which have been given, they are achievements. That is not potential. How do you know that they have reached their potential? You don't know. See, potential has something to do with imagination. And imagination has to do something with the brain, which is able to see something which doesn't exist, which is able to comprehend, which doesn't exist. Now, I drown in a water. Okay, fine. But can I, just like wood, can I swim on it? That is the imagination, and learning swimming is imagination. So potential has to do something with imagination and go beyond. So there is a what the examples which have been given are the achievements.
Yes.
But does it tell that okay, now Ambani has reached his maximum? We don't know.
Yeah, that may not be the maximum potential
So
realized.
just like universe, the potential is unlimited. There is no limit to the potential. The limits, we have given the limits because of our thinking, because of the circumstances and whatever we have learned from our parents or the society around. We have got limits on our own. If we abandon those limits, we will be able to come at least closer to understand our potential. Sorry for changing the total approach, but that's what I feel.
No, that's the idea. So to look at from different points of view, bring out everything. So thank you for bringing out this dimension as well. Thank you, Ashok. Yeah, all of us agreed that the potential is infinite, and realizing the potential is the achievement. But just because one achievement is done, that is not the maximum potential. There is more. We are all in agreement on that, Ashok. Yes, Abhinavji.
See, I'm responding to your question that what are the examples of people showing immense potential. So I want to give two examples from my life. One, when I was in school, so we had a classmate. His name was Sunil Kumar Dasani, and he was very average in studies, second divisioner kind of a person. Lekin he used to always say, I'm going to do engineering from IIT. I'm going to do engineering from IIT. And he was a bunch of joke in the class. Everybody used to joke about him. Ki ye, like Hindi mein you had that kaha, saying, ye muh aur masoor ki dal. I hope you guys can understand. And everybody was convinced that he can't do it. And he kept on, he did his 12th. He didn't get selected. And then his marks were so low that he could not even get into a normal college. We have some elite colleges in, Delhi called St. Stephen's Hindu College. And then there are some colleges who are downline. Like if you're second division, you will end up getting admission there. In those days, today you need 95% even just to get into the worst college of Delhi University. So, but in those days you could get with the second division there. So, and then by the time, maybe his last or second last attempt actually got through to IIT. He actually got through to IIT and Lagara like kept on. So that is one inspiration for me, that he declared and he did it. And second is in the area of relationship. I have a friend called Rochak Puri. I am going to invite both of them. Sunil keeps shuttling between US and India. He's a US citizen now. So I will maybe ask him to, join and share with us, what was, even I want to know what was in his mind. And second is my friend called Rochak Puri. I can definitely ask him to join one of these days. Now, his success story is in the area of relationship. After, I think, 1 or 2 years of marriage, things went bad in his marriage and his wife left him. And she left him with his, daughter. And then for almost 10 years or 12 years, she didn't come back. And all of us told him, listen, you are a fool. Take a divorce and you are good looking, you have good income, you have a house in Delhi. So, and get on, marry again, get on with his life. This happens all over the world. What's the big deal? What's good or bad about it? He said, no. She will come back to me. And then, he's part of we are 6-7 very good friends. We always meet after once in a 3 months, we all meet for a lunch or drinks, whatever. And every time we used to tell him, give it up, give it up. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And in one of the meetings, he told us that his wife has actually come back because he stood in that potential, that possibility that, his wife will come back and he will get to spend time with his daughter. And I think for the last 4 or 5 years they are together. I think this second story is for me a bigger inspiration than the first story, because everybody gave up on the relationship, including friends, relatives, his own mother, his own circle, neighbors. Everybody told him, okay, it's not going to happen. Yeah, you are living in a dream that she will come back. But it happened, yeah. And you will probably hear the story from his own mouth, because these two are close friends, so I can always ask them to join us and like share.
Yeah, please ask them to join. Thank you. Thank you for very inspiring real life
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
so much.
yeah.
So Kuldeep ji wanted to talk. I think he just stepped out. So we'll ask him once he comes back. So now, yes, Kuldeep ji, you wanted to say something. Please go on.
Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
I'm just sharing my thought to the question how to achieve the potential. I have some little different point of view. I feel that it's like there is a mirror, but somehow we are not able to see properly. The cause may be either mirror defective, or there is some dust on it, or there may be some dust on our face instead of being on mirror. So normally we try to do that dust is on us and we are cleaning the mirror. Unless we remove the dust on ourselves, the mirror will not show its potential. And if we try to clean bit by bit the dust which is accumulated on our face, the potential will automatically can emerge. That is our being. And that is full and that is infinite. And these dusts are in the forms of like jealousy, irritation, frustration, anger. So bit by bit, if we remove, accordingly, the mirror will get shine and maybe at one time, most of it is removed or all is removed, our full potential can be dissipated. Somebody has said also, Ghalib has said, कि जिंदगी भर मैं यही भूल करता रहा, धूल चेहरे पे थी और आईना साफ करता है. So I feel this can also be a practical way to help us to realize our true potential, that is our being. Nothing is to be added, but we subtract one by one the things which are stopping us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Kuldeep ji. The dust is the interferences at one level. Yeah, thank you. That really restricts or obstructs us to realize the potential. Yes, Vetri.
Great discussion, Ramaji. I just want to disturb Kuldeep ji. Kuldeep ji said some statement. If he is able to translate, it will help me also.
Yeah, he did translate a little bit, so maybe you can do it again. So Kuldeep ji,
Should I translate?
Yeah,
yes,
please.
He says, all the life I have committed the mistake that the dust was on my face, but I was cleaning the mirror.
Great. That was the last statement. Thank you very much. Amazing. Actually, I feel like sharing one thing which is I also strongly believe. We are a believer of this Advaita philosophy where we believe that we have that great potential or Atma inside us. One statement from Tirukkural, which is very favorite of mine, it says, Allavai Theya Aram Peru. The translation is, when the bad things gets removed or reduced, the light will come. You need not go buy light, you need not go tune lighter. Only thing we have to do is we have to remove the negativity, we have to remove the obstacles. Whatever limitation we believe that I am this, I am that, all. One person says on a motivational speech, I like it. He says, whatever you say after I am is a lie. because that is not you. The immense potential is like nameless, formless, and pure potential. And we are limiting ourselves by saying, I am this, I am that. So that is the thing we believe. And thank you very much for this, creating a good thought in the morning, Ramaji.
Thank you, Vetri. So now that you reminded of Tirukural, I remember another Tirukural which really demonstrates the potential part of it. So it goes like this. Vellat tanayadu malarneetam, mandardam ullat tanayadu uyarbu. So what it says is that the water flowers like lotus, so when the water level keeps increasing, it automatically goes up. It doesn't need time to grow. Depending on the level of water, it keeps growing up and the flower is at the top. So like that, the potential or the achievement or the greatness of people depends on their own internal light or their own mind. So that's what this Tirukural says. Right. So now the question is, when we all understand and agree that the human potential is infinite, and there are people who are really, keep going and going more and more towards the infinite limit, we see that majority of the people do not achieve their maximum potential or even the average or above average potential. Why is that? Yes, we have examples, no doubt. All are human. All humans are equal. And all the humans are having the same potential, infinite. But why majority of the people are not able to move towards the maximum potential? Could the answer be here? Yeah, yes, sir. Somebody raised the hand. Is it Gurunandanji?
Yeah, so I just tried to raise before you had put that slide, so we can discuss this slide, then I can share my thought, not an issue.
No, you can share yours, then we will go into the slide.
I think the inhibitions or interfinite, there is no doubt that every human being is blessed with infinite potential in him or her. But the inhibitions or the self-doubts, because when I was writing my thought on earlier discussion was that what is potential is unleashing the inner belief and expanding thoughts to perform, right? This is what I've written for myself as a definition of potential from all the understanding I got from the wisdom from the people here. So when we don't unleash the inner beliefs and we don't expand our thoughts to perform, is the basic interferers or basic hindrances in performing or in our to explore our full potential, infinite potential, right? So I totally agree that achievements are results of potential. Achievements are results of taking action on the potential that a person has. So that's the reason why different people achieve different things in different areas, because their potential in, I have a potential in business, I have a potential in relationship, I have an infinite potential in making money, I have infinite potential in doing social service, I have infinite potential in acquiring knowledge. So I have infinite potential in many areas. But when we only unleash certain areas of our life and we expand our thoughts to perform in that areas, that's where the achievement comes in that particular area, right? But the potential is in many, many areas. At the same point of time, the only self-doubts is the biggest hindrance of exploring the potential and living up to your or performing up to your potential. So the first thing which comes to my mind is hindrance is self-doubt. And then sabse bada rog kya kahenge log, right? So what would people say, right? What are the what are the other people's thoughts. So sometimes we become football of other people's thought, and we are not able to perform to our potential. So these are few hindrances or interference of the potential, not being able
Yes.
to achieve.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Thank you. It is our own inner belief. Yeah. So K. Reddigar also said that, it's our own limitation of our own mind, which doesn't allow us to realize the potential. Right. So now I just showed the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So what does it say about what the topic we are talking about, realizing the human potential? So the human beings need these various levels of satisfactions. First one is the physiological, right? One needs food, water, warmth, and rest, right? Food, shelter. And then that is a basic need. Without that, they can't even think about anything else, right? If one doesn't have the food, you cannot go and talk to them that saying that, yeah, you realize your infinite potential, you have infinite potential, you won't realize it. He cannot, right? And then the next level, once the basic physiological needs are satisfied, then there is a question of safety and security, right? So if there is no safety, even though they have food and water, warmth and rest and shelter, if there is no security and safety, always there is a threatening environment around, again, they cannot think anything beyond, right? And then comes, it is not sufficient to have the security and safety in addition to physiological needs. There is a need for intimate relationships and friends. So because human is social animal, so humans need the connection with the people. So that gives more and more. That's what in EMC or Siddharth Sir also explains that the importance of relationship. The relationship makes support each other, empower each other, and makes each other stronger. So that's required. Without that, you cannot really go and achieve your maximum potential. So the next level is not only the intimate relationships, you also need the feeling of accomplishment, the prestige, pride, self-esteem, right? So even though you are related to people, if you don't have your self-esteem, if you don't show up your achievements, it's very difficult for you to go beyond and achieve your potential. Only after that will you be able to go to the level of self-actualization where you can realize the full potential, including all the creative activities. So this is a well-known Maslow's hierarchy. So just because somebody has the needs, somebody's needs are satisfied, physiological, safety, love and belonging, and the esteem, even though it is satisfied, not necessarily they will go to the next step. So some people will be happy with just food, water, warmth, and rest. They may not want to go beyond that, right? They may get stuck in that level itself. So similarly, once they get the safety and security, they may just enjoy various food, different kind of food, different kind of rest. They may not even go to the next level. So that requires the awareness, that requires the pull, that requires some kind of motivation. So primarily the awareness. And if they get good relationships and safety, security is there, and good food, water, warmth are there, that's it. Majority of the people are at this level. They're comfortable at this level. They are not able to look at going beyond that level. That is why we are all here to not just limit it. It is not that none of us here have any issues in the first 4 levels, right? Physiological, safety, love and belonging, esteem. We have all of that. But still we come here every day, share our thoughts, learn from each other. Why? We would like to go to the next level of self-actualization. That is where we can achieve our full potential, the human potential. So that's about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So that also explains why majority of the people are not able to realize the full potential. Either they do not have the next levels of comfort. Many people do not have safety. Many people do not have food. Many people do not have no sufficient relationships. Many people do not have the accomplishments or the self-esteem. Because of that, they are not able to move. And the people, there are so many people who have food, water, security, and relationships, but they get stuck there. They are comfortable there. They don't want to go beyond their comfort level. So that explains in a way that why the situation is like this. Yes, Rashmi.
Yeah, with all respect, Ramaji, for mass and for the explanation. Thank you for the explanation of Maslow's law as well. Maslow's law is very linear, in my opinion.
Yes, it is.
It is very linear, and I
Yeah.
feel that Maslow's law, though it explains why a lot of people can't achieve their potential, but it takes a very narrow approach to that expression of potential. Because if we come back to the inspiration that a lot of people shared, and if we just look at Mahatma Gandhi, for example, I mean, we are all aspiring to reach a certain place. I agree that our first need is food and water, then safety. I agree with all of that. But if you're just looking at self-actualization, that self-actualization doesn't have to come just because we are not yet in the safe zone, or we are not in a physiologically safe zone. And I think that kind of limits our approach to life, and to even to expand the potential or the vast potential that is available within us and in the rest of the majority of human population. So although Maslow's law has hierarchy has shown a lot of very important things and things, and it's important to take care of people's safety. It's important to take care of physiological needs, and a lot of charity work has come in, making that available. But it is not related to self-actualization, in my opinion, because it's only with self-actualization that one can go beyond the physiological needs to the zone of safety. Because if I believe that I'm in a country of war, right, and if I'm not a thinking individual, or I'm not a person who's, how will you transcend that situation of war if you are not in some way getting self-actualized? So that's just something I wanted to share. Thank you.
Absolutely. You are right, Rashmiji. It is only the Maslow's law explains in a basic theory and a linear way. And as you rightly said, it is much more dynamic. The real life is much more dynamic. There are people who can realize the potential even without great intimate relationships or even security, right? So at a very, very difficult and dangerous environment also, people have achieved something great in life. That's true, so true. This is just for the basic understanding and explanation, but in real life, it is much more complex, much more dynamic. Thank you, Rashmiji, to bring in that dimension. Yes, Kananji.
Yeah, thank you. Very good morning, Ramaji. Sorry, I joined a bit late. I just wanted to know what is your meaning of potential, sir?
Okay, potential is something. What is the power? What is the capability? What is possible in us? So, for example, in the uranium, in a small atom, one can make the atom bomb, which has the potential of destroying so much or producing so much of electricity or any useful thing. So that is a potential, right? It is there in a small atom. So that power within that atom is the potential. Now, how do we realize and unleash that potential? It requires some work, some understanding, some work, some awareness. So that's what I mean by potential. The potential is the power, the ultimate power.
Now, what is coming to me if I think what's stopping me to realize my potential, not necessarily in terms of power, like if I be kind, if I be joyful, if I be positive in every moment, that could be my potential.
Absolutely, it is a power as well. Without the power, you cannot be positive, you cannot be kind, you cannot be compassionate. That is the maximum power, actually.
Yeah. So to do that, I must connect as an infinite being with the universe, the
Yes.
infinite energy,
Yes.
and for that I must have right moral values and being in the state of a steadfast. If not, it's going to be challenging.
Yes,
That's it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're right. So you have to be in alignment with the nature or God or whatever you call yourself, the universe. So otherwise, it's very difficult to realize the potential. Yes. So that is also it is also possible towards developing the good attitude, compassion, kindness, helping attitude towards others. All those things help one to realize that maximum power or potential. That's right. Fine.
And also, so this reminds me, Sukdeepak sir always mentioned that being in the allowance and non-judgmental state.
Yes.
So I believe that's very powerful. If I be in that state, we
Yeah.
can achieve whatsoever the potential meaning we are putting in.
Yes. That's right. Yeah. Yes, Shakti, you wanted to say something, or at least you are thinking something.
Sir, I agree with Rashmi ma'am and Kunal sir, whatever the points they have shared. Also, the non-judgmental, because our mind is always thinking about that, our limitations and what we can do, even though we are in the safe zone, but still we are thinking that we are not that much safe. We didn't have that much balance in our account, all those terms, still we didn't settle. That kind of things always exist in the mind.
Yeah.
That judgments we need to
That's
be
right.
clear. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The judgment really puts us down into the level at which we make the judgment. But that doesn't allow us to go to the next levels. That's right. Yeah. Right. So what is that we can do to keep improving our potential, keep realizing our potential? So one thing is obviously, learning, sharing and learning, which we are doing in EMC every day. Right. So what else one can do? So some possible steps. This is not the end of it. It is just a guideline. Start with Maslow's pyramid. Make sure that you have the basic things are taken care. Otherwise also it is possible, but if you have this and have the awareness, then it is relatively easy for you to really go into the maximum potential. Another important thing is define your goals, your purpose of life and your goals. So once you understand your values, interests, strengths, and natural capabilities, you can determine your goals. And so what is the advantage of goals? It really brings your focus towards something so that you can, that negativity, the interferers, all those things go away. You can really start putting your maximum potential into achieving what you want to achieve. So that's the importance of goals. So defining the goals really brings your attention and focus into one thing, and that allows you to demonstrate your maximum potential. So make time for inner work. It is not just the outer work where we go and achieve certain things, we demonstrate some skills, but more importantly, the inner work. That is what allows us to realize the potential to the maximum. Okay, whether it is reading to the books, meditation, pay attention to what lights you up. So whatever the inner practices we all have. So we have to deliberately make time for doing that. That will maximize our probability of achieving the maximum potential, realizing the potential. Be kind to yourself. So develop self-compassion and pride in the work you are doing. Remember that this is a journey for you and not for anyone else. And another important aspect is work with a coach. So because what happens is sometimes we really are blinded or self-doubts and many things come up. So when you are working with a coach, there is a good blend of feedback, accountability, guidance, and empowerment. So this is one kind of guidance or steps we can follow. And of course, there are a lot more we can do and we are doing already. So K. Reddy Garu says knowledge, awareness, realization, implementation, practice. Yes, all of them are the ways to achieve or realize our maximum potential. Right. So any other thoughts, any other suggestions, any other feedback to all of us? Yes, Anandji.
And this reminds me, Rama sir, so Deepak sir, time and again, he had taught us about the managing our attention.
Yes.
So if we get expertise by practicing on that, I believe with the enhanced awareness and with the ability of managing the attention, is going to help a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because our attention is always scattered. If we can really attend to something, we can achieve a lot more. Yes, that's right. Yes, Taki.
Yeah, what I felt, I missed some part. Still, what I felt is some people overlap, or what you can enter, lateral entry will be there. Means some exception case or some legends maybe never care about some basics. They will be going to this self-actualization or
Correct.
maybe self-esteem. So
Correct.
whatever, it is the general case or something like that also. Some people will be not caring this basic thing. Especially, I think there is a difference in man and woman. Woman will be almost all the time in the safety mode or something about they have to get the home or something, basic stuff. But man will be different, almost might be self-actualization or esteem. That is my thought.
Yeah, so that's what Rashmi ji also said, that we don't need to necessarily follow that hierarchy of needs from Maslow. People can jump into any place. So the difference between man and woman, it's not really real difference, some minor differences, but otherwise the potential wise, it is the same thing. Thank you, Taki. Yes, Rashmi.
No, I just actually really wanted to recreate what Mr. K. Reddy ji just shared, because we learn so much. So there's no shortage of knowledge that is available to us. But how do we transcend that knowledge into our own real awareness? And that knowledge, once it becomes part of our awareness, and EMC is a great way to do that, it becoming part of our life. So something, it touches you in your own life, in your own moments, that's when the realization happens. And then when the realization happens, then implementation is very, very natural. And then to make a practice of it. So thank you so much for sharing that. I really, really have been reflecting on what you shared, K. Reddy ji, and I think that is again something key to realizing our full potential. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashmi ji. Thank you very much. Yes, Vetri.
I think Rashmi ji, You read my mind. I want to say the same word. You are bringing up this potential topic that too at the right time where we are planning for New Year, thinking about something, so many good things. And this is so hot topic. One thing I want to add to the case said is even Dr. David Hawkins, he's a modest monk, people say he's a consultant for so many monasteries. He himself says that this self-actualization or a self-realization process is completely non-linear dynamic activity. So, and also so many other modalities are there. We could have heard quantum jumping, all other things. So anything can happen at any time. But only thing is we are available for that and we have to wish for it, desire for it. That's it. Thank you very much. And I thought of speaking to you after this call. I prompt to ask. You also mentioned some like assisting on goal setting, other things. That also you can give us before New Year, if possible.
Yeah, those are all the kind of help or guidance or tools which can help us on the way. So that in itself will not really make big difference, but those are all the tools and guides. That's it. Thank you, Vetri. So yeah, we can conclude with our Shairis, Kuldeep ji and Kunal ji, and of course anybody else, Vetri, and please go ahead with our Shairis. Kuldeep ji, go ahead.
Two lines. कि जिंदगी की अहम बातों में है एक बात ये भी, जिंदगी की अहम बातों में है एक बात ये भी, ये पता करना कि क्या मैं खुश हूं, अगर नहीं तो क्यों नहीं. Means in important things of life, there is one important part, that is to find out whether I am happy, and if not, why not?
Thank you, Kuldeep. Yes, Kunal ji.
Yes, sir. What is coming to me is I request someone to translate. अर्ज किया है कुलदीप सर.
Rashmi ji, would you translate? Yeah. Okay.
कुलदीप सर, आपकी तवज्जो चाहूंगा कि सफर में धूप तो होगी, सफर में धूप तो होगी, जो चल सको तो चलो, सभी हैं भीड़ में, तुम भी निकल सको तो चलो. और दूसरा मिसरा है कि किसी के वास्ते राहें कहाँ बदलती हैं, किसी के वास्ते राहें कहाँ बदलती हैं, तुम अपने आप को खुद ही बदल सको तो चलो. Is it too many Urdu words?
No, I'll try. In your journey of life, there will always be sun, but in the context of like hot sun. But if you can walk. Kunenchi, what else did you say? Bheed.
सभी हैं भीड़ में, तुम भी निकल सको तो चलो.
So everybody is walking in that under that hot scorching sun. So if you can also just do it.
Yeah.
And kisi ke vaste, so the roads don't change for your sake. If possible, change yourself so you are able to walk on those roads.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And that's the key. That desire to change should be there to achieve the potential. If not, it's not possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kunal ji. Thank you, Rashmi ji. Yeah, great. So we will have tomorrow, 7 o'clock, another empowering morning conversation. So till then, bye-bye, take care, and move towards your realizing your maximum potential. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Somaji. Amazing session.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's a needed one before this year.